Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Work to show something for your life. Work to show something for your life. This is very important. I'm going to tell you what. You know, it's a shame. It's a crying shame when someone has lived a long life and they don't have anything to show for it. That is the biggest waste. I'm going to tell you what. Life is a gift. Regardless of your spiritual path, you have to understand life is a gift. You know, just being born is a gift. You have people, even living to adulthood, that's a gift. But really, even before that, being born, being conceived is a gift. You're special if you hear every single person listening to this podcast. You're special just by being here. That means you're here to do something. You have a purpose here. You have a destiny here. But you have a lot of people, they don't come anywhere near it. They live their lives. They just barely surviving. Even if they make a little bit of money, a little bit more money than average, they can't say they did anything to make the world a better place. Or just that they did something that was an impact. I'm going to tell you what, every single person needs to work to say, you know what, I did this. Even if it could be small. It don't have to be major. A few weeks ago, I talked about this woman I knew who, you know what, on the surface, it wouldn't seem like she did much. But her and her husband raised 4 outstanding children who became professionals, who would also impact other people's lives. I think I talked about that on my Deep Thought channel. But that's something. She could say, you know what, I raised these kids. That's something. Or you could say, you know what, my presence in this neighborhood made a difference. It could be somebody who talks, it could be somebody in a poor neighborhood. A lot of dysfunction, but they are like a calm place, an oasis in a desert of dysfunction. But people come to that person and they invite. That's something, helping people. Or creating something. You could be somebody who say, you know what, I want to create an independent school. That's something. Or I can say, I made an impact on these lives. That's something. You know, you could be a makeup artist and say, you know what? Somebody might say, well, that's just a makeup artist. But how many people, how many women did that makeup artist make feel good that day? You know, just with their work, just by fixing them up. What kind of impact did that have? You could be a teacher. What the impact teachers have, look, I'm just saying this is a tangent, but quite frankly, teachers should be paid way more than they're getting paid. A teacher should never have to take a part-time job because they impacting thousands. Just in their lifetime, just in their career of teaching, they impacting thousands of people. Thousands. But they showing something. For every positive person that gains something from them, they showing something. And every single person, they need to look at something and say, you know what, I did this in my life. And it had an impact on people. But unfortunately, like I said, a lot of people, they just out here just surviving. They just going day to day, living a secondhand life. Many are going through life with some hatred because they feel like, hey, I don't have anything, I don't have this. They have some entitlement or something. No, everything you get in life, you work for. You need to be, look, I'm going to tell you something now. I'm going to share something about myself. I remember I was working in the government back in the 90s. And one thing I will always remember, because there was a particular things I was working on, project, a section of the Department of Justice. And I had a great impact on a certain area, a very important area. Great impact, made some moves, everything. And I always look back at that, and I remember back then I thought, you know what, if somehow I transition for whatever reason, I can say, you know what, I had an impact here. And just with my books and everything, I can honestly say, okay, people have told me I've had an impact. But I'm not the only one who can do that. And it could be in so many areas. You know what, you might be that person that works at a grocery store. You're just a regular cashier or something. But you're friendly to everybody. You're a mother figure to everybody if you're a woman. You're a father figure if you're a man. You give everybody the encouraging word. You can look back at your life when you finally transition and say, you know what, I made an impact on those people's lives. You know, it could have been a situation you talk you know what? You could have been somebody who talked to some young troublemaker and changed their life. And that's what you do. You talk to people. Everybody got something, but they got to do it. But like I said, you got some people, they just want to just go along, ho-hum, feel sorry for themselves. No, you're special. You're special. If you're here, you're special. Every single person listening to this podcast, you have a mission, you have a destiny, you have something that you're supposed to do. But you got to work to show it. You got to work. It's not going to just come to you. And you know what? It's not going to be easy for everybody. You might have to go through some stuff. You might have to learn, educate yourself in a certain way. But you need to show something. You need to look back and say, you know what? This is what I've done. This is what I've accomplished. Every single person. And, you know, I'm going to be real with it because sometimes people make some money, feel like they accomplished something. Money is just a tool. Now, if you made that money while impacting other people's lives, okay, that's cool. That's cool right there. But to be able to show something. I mean, I'm going to tell you what. One of the saddest things I feel, I really do, there are millions, really probably, you could probably put it in the billions, of people who just live through life. And when they transition, people don't even notice. People don't even care. Seriously. Indeed, this is something, a more serious topic. You have millions of people who could probably die, and they live in some place, and people might not know for a few weeks. Or even a few months, depending on the person. I'm serious, that's how the life is. That's how many people are. They're not impacting other people. They're not touching everybody. But we're not built like that. Every single person is built to do something, to make an impact. And nothing is too small. Nothing is too small. Like I used the example of the woman I knew who her and her husband raised 4 outstanding professionals. That wasn't too small. Because no telling how many millions were affected by those 4 children. So nothing is too small. Nothing is insignificant. Indeed, it might not even require payment. Like I said, you could be that person who just through talking with them or showing them some love, you influence them to go in a different direction. We need that too. We need that too. You know? Whatever your deity name you want to use, I'll say God. God's angels are every place. So you could be one of God's angels who is supposed to make a person feel better. That's an impact. And that's what you want to do. We all here on a mission, all right? So work to show something in your life, all right? Work to show something for your life, all right? And I'll get back with y'all. Peace and many blessings.